Welcome everyone to another Maine SBDC webinar as everyone's filtering in from the waiting room. My name is Kelsey Reardon and we are very lucky to have business advisor Chris Cole with us today to go over third-party sites for restaurants. So delivery and takeout and all of that fun jazz that has certainly increased throughout the pandemic, but I mean, delivery was already a thing before the pandemic. So learning how to utilize the new technology and the resources that are available to work for your restaurant rather than being taken advantage of is going to be very important moving forward. And Chris has done a wonderful job of gathering a lot of information about a bunch of different sites and sort of the pros and cons and also some of the local options. And I think we might even have some representatives joining us from them. So we're very excited to share all of this information with you. Today's event will be recorded, so that video will end up on our YouTube channel, which will be great, so you can always refer back to it. I will also be sending a follow-up email that will include that recording and the slides. So any resources that we mentioned today that you want to get back to, any links will be included in that, as well as our contact information. And so if you are not familiar with the Maine SBDC, we are the Small Business Development Centers of Maine, and we are here to help the small business owners of Maine however we can, whatever that looks like. Any questions you may have, variety of webinars, as you might have noticed. And so if you have not already gotten set up with a business advisor, I highly, highly recommend that you do so. There's a bright orange button on our website that says request advising, and that is the fastest and easiest way for you to get in contact with somebody. But that link will also be in my follow-up email. So if you need that, you can access it in a couple different places. Feel free to submit any questions you have in the chat below, and also feel free to introduce yourself. However, if you're driving, please be careful. And then everyone else, just keep plugging those questions into the chat and we will have more than enough time at the end to go over those. Otherwise, I will pass it over to Chris. And just for FYI, in terms of connection issues, we're gonna keep Chris's video off just so we ensure that she stays connected to the call the entire time. But we're hoping that she can jump back in video later for the Q&A section. So don't be alarmed at the thumbnail picture.
Thanks, Kelsey. Hopefully my thumbnail picture isn't terrible.
No, you're a volunteer, it looks like. You're doing runs. You're an active community member. We like it.
Well, good morning, everybody, and thanks for attending this webinar. You know, there's been a lot of media coverage around ordering apps from third-party delivery services. And during the pandemic, the demand for those delivery service apps, such as Uber Eats, has more than doubled. You know, today we're going to look at the top 4 national companies which combine control between 90 to 98% of the delivery market. So first of all, we're just going to do a brief overview of the point of sale systems, which for most every restaurant is an essential part of doing business. Point of sale systems primarily were used for information transfer in restaurants, basically getting clean and readable tickets to the kitchen. They've evolved to be an integral part of restaurant operations. So all of the major brands come with these capabilities plus a lot more. You know, for instance, the inventory control keeps track in real time of what you have on hand, as well as producing reports that show high and low selling items. The table management improves the seating flow and distribution of customers to service. Your time clock feature, that keeps track of the information in one system, and it can be used to improve labor costs, tracking busy and slow times with staffing levels. Most everybody takes advantage of the gift card programs now. You just have to buy those cards, and there can be reloaded and reused multiple times. And all of these systems offer some form of online ordering. So let's compare the features of the 4 major brands. Cake, for instance, that costs $69 per month for the first terminal and $49 per month for each additional terminal. Plus, you have to purchase the hardware. And with Cake, they have the guest manager reservation service. That's $79 per month. That has a one-time $199 fee, and their gift card program is $25 per month. Online ordering through Cake, there's not a monthly or annual fee, but they do increase the credit card charges to 5% per credit or debit card transaction. And with Cake, you can add the It's a Checkmate integration. This allows you to connect to more than 50 online platforms like Grubhub, Uber Eats, and Postmates. That costs $85 per month per location, and you can connect up to 2 platforms. Or if you want to spend $100 per month per location, you can do an unlimited number of platforms. Then we have the Clover system, and they tout the Clover Complete Station setup costing $1,400. Their charge is $39 per month per device, and they don't charge anything additional for using the Clover online ordering app. And the nice thing about Clover is that they recently partnered with the ordering.app. This is part of Google, and it will list your restaurant and menu in both the Google search results and Google Maps. For Clover, the integration to the third-party platforms, they use their own program. This is called Order Out app, and you can download that from the Clover website. This program costs $59 per month, and there's no contract and there's no fee to set that up. Then Square, that costs $60 per month for their first device, and then $40 for each additional device. They have a marketing program at $45 per month per location, and a customer loyalty program at $45 per month per location. They do not charge a monthly service fee for using their online ordering app. And the credit card transaction cost for that is 2.9% plus 30 cents per order when you use the Square Marketplace. And for Square, the integration to a third-party delivery service is done through the Chowly app. This costs $79 per month, and there is a one-time $300 setup fee to use that system. Lastly, we have Toast out of the major brands. Their hardware costs approximately $900, and it's $79 per month for each additional terminal. Toast also charges $75 to add inventory management. It's $50 for their gift card program and $25 for their loyalty program. They offer 0% financing to purchase the system. And for them, credit card processing is 1.8% plus 15 cents per swipe. I found that this is the lowest in the industry. However, they do charge $50 per month for using the online ordering. So they're the only one out of this group that charges for that. Toast also integrates with the third-party delivery services through It's a Checkmate, the same as Cake does, and it's the same cost. And just last year, Toast unveiled Toast Delivery Services. This is an on-demand solution. It does not require a Toast POS or to purchase Toast hardware. Restaurant owners just pay one flat service fee per order, and they estimate the cost of delivery within a 5-mile radius to be around $8. For this service, Toast has developed a relationship with DoorDash, so that's done through DoorDash, and we're told other fees possibly apply to the customer. So why use your online in-house ordering system? One of the reasons is menu flexibility. We found that with a third-party vendor, the online ordering menu is hosted separately. And restaurants report that it's often difficult and sometimes it's expensive to set it up or make changes to the menu. Some of these vendors limit the number of changes that a restaurant can make each month, or they charge an extra fee for when you make modifications. Also, using your own POS, you can capture customer data. I mean, right there, that's the treasure trove of doing this type of business. So despite all the abilities to extend a restaurant's online reach, most of these third-party vendors don't provide the restaurant clients the access to the customer data. And according to a report from Forbes magazine, Grubhub collects data on behaviors of users placing more than 150,000 orders each day from nearly 29,000 restaurants. This is a wealth of information that isn't shared with the restaurant. Using your own system, you control your brand. With the third-party online ordering vendors, restaurant operators are essentially giving up control of their brand. Not in all cases, but in most cases. The vendors state in their terms of service that they have full license to market and position their clients as they see fit. And aside from your logo and a few photos, most restaurants have very little to say in the way that their restaurant is listed on some of the platforms. And there's also a cost savings here. You're already paying for the POS. So using that as your online platform can save restaurants around 15% in the marketing fees alone from these online platforms. If you basically usually do around 20%, let's say in a month worth of sales for takeout transactions, that's around $3,000, excuse me, per month that can be used in other areas of your operation. So why do restaurants choose to use the third-party delivery services? Well, first of all, customers have really come to expect the delivery service. People use it to purchase everything from clothing to cars. And if you don't have delivery, they might seek out your competition who does. With the third-party delivery services, you can acquire new customers. Your menu basically is on a platform that has thousands of users, and it does get categorized with similar types of restaurants. Therefore, it's viewed by many more customers who may not have even known about your restaurant. And it does increase sales. Most restaurants that contract with third-party delivery services, they've reported increases of 20% to as much as 70% in takeout sales. There's also a bonus here. You don't have to hire someone to do the delivery, which in many cases would also incur a vehicle expense and additional insurance costs. So DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, and Uber Eats, these make up the lion's share of the market for third-party delivery apps. And each company here is valued in the billions of dollars. Uber Eats is in the lead with 20 billion, and it recently acquired Postmates. DoorDash is a close second at $16 billion. And this graphic here from Restaurant Online, this was done in 2019, but it demonstrates that the average customer spent when they're online ordering was around $34 then. It currently is estimated at $51 per transaction. So DoorDash, their service area is Portland, Biddeford, Old Orchard Beach, right up to Bangor. They don't charge an activation fee, and the tablet and hardware rental, they estimate at $6 per month. Their commission is between 10 to 25%. However, most restaurants report that it's 20% was the average that they paid. A customer does pay a delivery fee. This can be as high as $7.99. And currently, they're considering raising that to a flat 15%. Customers who order less than $10 worth of food have to pay an additional $2 fee. And DoorDash has their DoorDash Pass. That's $9.99 per month. They offer free delivery, but you have to have a minimum order of $15. DoorDash reports that all the tips go directly to the drivers, and their drivers have to purchase insulated bags, which can cost anywhere from $26 to $45 each. The restaurants get paid on a weekly basis, and that's typically with direct deposit. Now, as of just last week, after I put this all together, DoorDash introduced a new tiered pricing program, and that is basically in response to a lot of pushback that they're getting from restaurants and also municipalities on the commission rates. So their new plan consists of 3 levels. For 15%, restaurants can continue to be listed on the app, and the delivery area is greatly reduced. Customers do bear a higher delivery fee with that. For 25%, you get an expanded delivery area. There's a lower charge to the customer. And for 30%, that's the largest one, you get the most delivery area. They also guarantee 20 orders per month if you sign up for that service. And this is another change. They've reduced the order tier. So no matter which one you choose, if a customer orders on the app for pickup, now it will only cost a 6% flat fee. And then Postmates, currently they only list Portland as their service area. And I don't know if that's going to change now that they're part of Uber Eats. But their commission rates between 15 and 30%. Tablet and hardware is $5 a month. When customers order from their partner merchants, that price is between 99 cents and $3.99 for delivery. And if it's not a partner merchant, then it's $5.90 to $9.99. They also offer a membership fee. That's called the Postmates Unlimited. It's $9.99 per month. And again, delivery is free with a minimum. It's a $12 minimum. Their drivers are provided 1 small insulated bag, which drivers report this is not adequate. They basically have to decide to invest in larger insulated bags. And their restaurants get paid weekly via direct deposit. Now we have Grubhub. Their service area has been Portland, Augusta, Bangor. They also report no activation fee, but their commission rate is probably the highest that I've found. You have to rent the hardware. It can be up to $119 per month. They have 20% flat marketing fee for all orders, including carryout. Plus, if you want it delivered, it's another 10%. And then they add 4% on for credit card and fraud protection fees. The customers also have to pay. It's $4 to $8 per delivery. And Grubhub, like the rest, has a $9.99 per month membership with free delivery on orders over $12. Their drivers have to buy. There's a set of 2 insulated bags. That's $25.50, which isn't a bad price. And the shipping on those is free. The restaurant owners get paid a monthly check. However, restaurant owners can opt for an additional fee to get a direct deposit weekly or semi-weekly. And restaurants, for the most part, have complained that Grubhub, they take the longest to get their payment from. And lastly, we have Uber Eats, the largest of all of them. Their service area is from York to Old Town. They have a $350 one-time setup fee. They also charge 30% for orders with the delivery service and 15% if your staff delivers itself, 15% for customers to pick it up. There are no credit card processing fees, and the customers do pay a flat 15% delivery fee. They also offer their own program. It's called Uber Eats Pass, and that's $9.99 per month with free delivery. But service fees may be added on, and their drivers have to buy their own insulated bags that are around $10.99 each plus shipping. Restaurant owners with Uber Eats get paid weekly. And one thing that Uber Eats did during the pandemic, they tried to be a good partner, so they dropped their $350 setup fee. They also say that they offer a no commitment contract, and they reportedly allow restaurants to seamlessly switch between any of those 3 levels of service that they have. So These large companies face a lot of scrutiny recently. Grubhub and the other threes jointly and separately have had legal issues with restaurant owners, drivers, as well as states who seek to put a cap on the exorbitant fees that they've been charging. In Portland, DoorDash, among others, have been accused of advertising restaurants' menus on their platforms without the restaurant's permission. Restaurant owners, to no avail, have requested those be taken down. And the Portland Press Herald reports since March of last year, 4 states and 62 counties, cities, and local governments have enacted caps ranging from 5% to 20% on the service fees charged by these apps. Currently, 2 city council members from Portland are drafting similar legislation to protect local independent restaurants. And in Bangor, the sentiment is the same. According to the Bangor Daily News, in a report that was published on April 5th, restaurant owners who have used national ordering apps complain about these issues of getting menus updated and the high fees, along with restaurants who did not contract with the apps being listed on those platforms without permission. Currently, the Bangor City Council has not discussed the matter of regulating delivery apps. However, a lot of local owners, including the owner of Bangor Beer Company, says that they've been in discussions with the city staff and they would be in favor of a fee cap if it were to go to the council. So the nice thing about living in Maine is restaurant owners here are not limited to those national third-party delivery apps. We have some great local options. CarHop, they came on the scene in 2019 as a delivery service for alcohol, and they now have partnered with restaurants and other retailers. 2 Dine In, they were the first to provide an ordering platform with delivery service in the Portland area. And a matter of fact, 2 Dine In was founded by Mike and Sarah Bolduc in 2007. They currently are partnered with over 125 restaurants, and you can see the menus on their platforms there. Their service area, they have 2 distinct locations, Portland and South Portland. And then as of last year, they added Brunswick, Bath, and Topsom. Their customers are given a tablet and the setup with training is free. The restaurants do pay a commission of 25%. And restaurants are allowed to increase menu prices on the 2 Dine In website to help cover the cost. Their restaurant partners are paid weekly with direct deposit, and they are provided a statement for their review. The order cancellation, according to Mike, it doesn't happen very often, so it's done on a case-by-case basis. And right now, integration software, the POS that works seamlessly, is not available. They haven't found a solution for that yet. The customers do pay a flat fee of $5.99 for delivery anywhere in Portland or South Portland, and then also $5.99 for delivery in Bath, Brunswick, or Topsom. Currently, they do not have a plan to create a customer membership program. And unlike most of the major companies, the 2 Dine In drivers are actually W-2 employees. They get paid an hourly rate, plus they get to keep all the tips. And full-time people that work for 2 Dine In have the option for health and retirement benefits. These drivers are provided with 3 tote bags and an extra large insulated food bag. They are required to check in at the office at the beginning of their shift, and they do have to pass COVID safety protocols before they go out. They're also provided with hand sanitizer, mask, and gloves. And 2 Dine In does something that I haven't seen anybody else do. They have quality controlled lead drivers. These are drivers out in the field who they also deliver, but mainly their job is to make sure that drivers are adhering to the 2 Dine In standards for excellence. The other option we have here is CarHop, which was started by a Portland attorney, Thomas Brems. They began offering restaurant delivery service in 2020. and you can see their service area is pretty broad. They started in Portland, they're all the way to Bangor, and they just continue to grow. And with them, the restaurant owners have to install an app on their own tablet or iPad dashboard. There's no charge for that. And CarHop does not charge a restaurant any commission fee or monthly service fee. The restaurants can add up to 10% on their menu items. And they do get paid with a credit card that's provided by CarHop. They charge that card for the orders placed through the delivery service. So the only fee that a restaurant's going to incur on that is their normal credit card processing fee that they would have to pay through their POS or merchant services. Their order cancellation policy, it's negotiable, but however, once an order is placed, typically it's not refunded to the customer. But much like To Dine In, CarHop states that exceptions can be made. And they are working on finding integration software for their POS system. So their delivery fee is a little different. It's structured. It's $4.99 for the first mile and a half. And then you go up to $7.99 for between 3 and 7 miles. They also have an additional per mile fee. The furthest away they'll deliver restaurant food is 11 miles away. Alcohol and other retail items, they'll go as far as 21 miles. And according to Ben Moore, the marketing and sales director for CarHop, they are currently working on a plan to add monthly membership programs for customers. And the CarHop drivers are 1099 subcontractors. They do bid for their shifts, and each driver is provided with 2 insulated food bags. The drivers are compensated with 50% of the delivery fees, plus they get to keep their tips. So the National Restaurant Association has come up with public policy principles for third-party delivery. The association believes that this should be used to help lawmakers develop public policies, and also as an important first step in an ongoing dialogue between the restaurants and the third-party delivery companies. This here is just a brief outline. They do have a detailed guide on the National Restaurant Association's website. You know, by far during the pandemic, restaurants endured many more changes than probably any other business in the US. And third-party delivery services was one of them. They were already around, and it's not like it's new, but it definitely was propelled by the fact that restaurants had to have their doors closed. So this was the only way they could really reach their audience. It is really projected to continue to be part of the business model for the restaurant going forward for many reasons. I mean, it's convenient to the customer. It does guarantee payment for product. You know, customers have to use a credit card or some form of payment online before they can place their order. And then online ordering, it does help manage inventory in real time. It's also increased sales, and the automated process reduces ordering errors. Now with the third-party platform delivery services, it does put all your menu items in one place for ordering, and admittedly, using these services adds to the cost of doing business, but at the same time, it allows restaurants the ability to offer service without having to hire their own drivers. Using the contractors for delivery does remove some of the control of the end product, but ultimately, for many businesses, it has been a lifeline during the pandemic. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up and stop the share and hopefully emerge from hibernation here. So.
Well, thank you for that, Chris. It's fascinating to me the way that we at the small business developments of the entire United States are so fixated on helping local businesses. So I really like the way that you were able to give a national overview and peek into some local resources. And I think we even have Mike and Ben on the call. Look at that. So not to put
Great.
either of them on the spot, but if any hard questions come in, we might deflect to them. So if anybody has any questions, go ahead and plug them into the chat. But I feel like that was very informative. Again, it's a lot of information, but it's a lot of information. And so you wouldn't want less. And I'm glad that this is going to be a available resource to everybody online.
And I do want to say thank you to Mike from Two Dine In and Ben from Car Hop, because they were both really open and forthcoming with their time. Much easier to get a hold of and get real, honest answers from them as compared to the national brands. So,
which leads me to believe that long term, the customer service is also probably easier to get to than the national brands. So when you're investing in help, that's part of it. Yeah, I haven't seen any questions come in. So either you did such a good job that everyone is 100% informed and ready to hit the ground running, or they'll circle back later with notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was great.
Well, thank you. Thank you everyone for joining us. And I don't know if Kelsey stated it in the beginning, but my background is in the restaurant industry. So I advise all businesses, not just restaurants, but I typically kind of get pulled in on that. So if you want, you can definitely send me an email directly if you have any more questions about this or anything else to do with the industry. I'd be happy to talk with you.
Yeah, and I'll include Chris's contact information in my follow-up email. So if anybody needs to reach out directly, you'll be able to do that. Otherwise, we'll give you back some time in your morning.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Everyone.
Thanks, Kelsey. Bye.
Thank you.